Act 1, Scene 2. Okay, so at the start of the scene, Caesar enters with his posse, like a boss. And then he's all, "Hey, Mark Antony, when you're running naked in that foot race that I told you about in the last episode, the Feast of Lupercal, do you want to hit the missus so that she won't be sterile anymore, and then I can make babies and carry on my superior heredity factors, even though I don't know what heredity is, so I don't know why I'm saying it right now." And then there's this random soothsayer who's all, "Beware the Ides of March." And at first, Caesar is like, "Well, what?" And then the soothsayer explains again, "Beware the Ides of March," which basically is telling Caesar to beware the 15th of March because bad things are going to happen then. And then Caesar, see, even though he's superstitious, he's really, really cocky and he thinks he's unbeatable. So he's like, "Lol, whatevs," and then he walks away. So everyone except Cassius and Brutus leave to see the foot race, which was usually held in the Colosseum. And the thing you have to know about Cassius, sorry, I had to make sure that it was the Cassius post-it note. The thing you have to know about Cassius is that he was very, very intelligent and very cunning. I mean, he was like the Slytherin before Slytherin. And the thing you have to remember about Brutus is that he's very honorable, and he loves Rome more than anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's the one who invented those t-shirts. Yeah, sorry if the lighting's going wonky throughout the video because I'm constantly fixing it. Now, let's start with the big conversation. Oh, hi. So this is how the conversation between Cassius and Brutus went. "You mad, bro?" No, it has nothing to do with you. I'm going through an intense personal struggle. Forgive me, old friend. You know you're amazing, right? Everyone in Rome thinks so. Well, except for big-headed Caesar over there. You know that I'm not the kind of person who enjoys flattery. What are you doing? Yay! What was that? I fear that the people have chose Caesar to be their king. Oh, really? Now, if you've ever seen a legit lawyer in action, you can easily envision what just happened. Because Cassius notices just one tiny, almost slip-up of Brutus that he can use to his advantage. So, Cassius then says, "Oh, well, if you fear it, that must mean that you don't like the idea of him becoming king." Then Brutus says, "Well, I love Caesar, but I love Rome more." And then Cassius gets off on this big old tangent. Well, actually, it's not a tangent. He just has this really, really long paragraph that I'm just going to read out of my notes in the book. He starts off, and he's all, "Brutus, you are just as good as Caesar. I don't know why Rome is choosing him over you. I mean, Brutus is just as good, if not better, than Caesar." He makes this metaphor, well, I think it's a metaphor, about how, about this passage from Homer's Iliad and Virgil's Aeneid? Yes, Aeneid. He's basically saying that he helped Caesar and brought him up to his glory, brought him up to his status, and now Cassius is pretty much forgotten by the people. Cassius doesn't have any glory now, well, I mean, besides being one of the senators, but he doesn't have as much of the worship, the hero worship, as Caesar does. And then Cassius tells Brutus about the story when they were in Spain, and when he got sick, and he's just talking about how Caesar was so weak, and it says, see, I highlighted it, as a sick girl. He even compared him to a girl. Oh my gosh, too many pronouns. Cassius compared Caesar to being a girl. And remember that women were treated worse than incubators. So yeah, that's a pretty big insult. And then, just as his big old speech comes to a close, yay! Lol, what? Listen to what I'm saying. "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves. And I find that it's a powerful quote, but I have a bit of backstory for it because, well, a bit of emotional connection because of the book The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, because it's an amazing book. So what that quote means is that if we don't prevent bad things from happening, i.e. Caesar becoming king and getting the sole power and sole command of Rome, then it's our own fault. It has nothing to do with what the gods have planned out for us. It has nothing to do with fate. Because remember, they believed in this stuff a lot. Why is the scene so long? And then Cassius says, Brutus, you and Caesar are equal. Rome didn't become famous and successful and prestigious because of one man. Why should only one man rule it? You know, I thought that you would be one to protect the integrity of Rome. And then Brutus said, you're right. I love Rome, and I would do anything for Rome. I would sooner kill myself than not be a Roman. Cassius says, I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus. That basically means that Cassius is like, oh, well, I'm glad that even though I'm poor at making myself heard and conveying my thoughts through words, I'm glad that I've actually made an impression on you. And that's his outside, exterior facade. But inside he's all, Mwah! My plan is working, mwah! And I'm going to end this video here because this is the point where Caesar and his posse come in, and I think it's an appropriate point to separate the parts. And I'm sorry about the really bad lighting for this. If you have any suggestions or anything, or any questions, any comments, preferably constructive criticism, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer stuff, and I will most likely reply to everything. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm just gonna go because I have other homework to do and I have a math test tomorrow. I should probably get going. Bye!